Hey, Jana, it's Allison. Appreciate your position. Appreciate how you defended your position. I still think that the Palestinian people, as the mass group, they have been victims, and they still are sometimes by their own response to things. But with the partition plan and the subsequent wars, I believe that did make them victims. I believe that they are victims of poor leadership and misappropriation of funding that is received by the PA. I do agree with you that how they have chosen to respond, and especially the last serious outbreak of violence, that second intifada, really did not do anything for them. It was completely contrary to their best interest. And so I appreciate you pointing that out, and I agree with you on that. I don't think that their failure to accept the 1947 UN partition plan, I don't think that I understand why they didn't, I guess. So I disagree on that point only, that you stated that they had an opportunity to accept that plan and they didn't. I understand why they didn't, and I understand that Dr. Meredith said, okay, was that the masses, or was that just certain groups of people, or was it their neighbors that were saying, no, don't accept this? Regardless of the motivation, I can understand why they didn't accept that. I also really want to acknowledge that displacement, refugee status, war, and feeling like they really can only respond to Israel's decisions, that's a reality. And so I don't want to overlook that, even as I hold them accountable for their decisions, especially ones that seem to have mass appeal or support. As long as Hamas continues radicalized methods, there's going to be a problem. But the people who are under Hamas, is it in Gaza, I believe? Yes, they are victims. Not everybody in Gaza is supporting Hamas. They are not getting the resources they need, and I do think that they are victims. And so I'm probably overly sentimental. I've really struggled with this question because as long as people can't work, that's a human rights issue. As long as there's not enough food or education opportunities or whatever, or they're restricted, their travel is restricted, like they can't even travel between the West Bank and Gaza. These are issues that do create, that victimize a people. And so they are responsible, but at the same time, I think there's so much that is out of their control, meaning the masses. I don't care who's running it, whether it's the old or the new elite, Hamas, Fatah, whatever. It's looking at the masses. I do think that they are victims. So anyway, appreciate your argument and how you outlined it. Gave me some new things to think about as well. But I appreciate you holding them accountable, because I think that's important too. Thanks.